One of the most popular parts of my eBlasts is the anatomy of an image sections. And I thought it would be interesting this time to take you along with me as I create an image. To do this, we have made arrangements here in my hometown of Purcell, Oklahoma, to photograph the recently remodeled City Hall. It's not a fantastic, glamorous structure, but it's one that will communicate the point with how I approach an architectural exterior and how we do this picture to create that beautiful blue glow that we get at night. So right now it's about 5 minutes till sunset. We've got some high cirrus clouds that are kind of shutting down the light a little bit, giving us a little bit of softness in the light. Basically we're set up and we're going to sit here for probably about 20 minutes because that's really when we get our great blue glow in the sky. Okay, I changed my perspective because I felt that the one across the street was just a little too boring, and also that it didn't put enough priority on this little courtyard right here in the front. So we're a little more dramatic angle to it. I think that will help draw out some of the new features that they built right in over here. Really, anytime that you're photographing a building at night, you run into a problem, and that problem is the interior lights are at one light level, the light on the building is at another light level, and then the cute little sconce lights that they put on the sides of the building is at a third light level. And to really get a great picture, you need to equalize all three of those. Well, that doesn't happen by accident or just by sitting around and waiting for the sun to set at the right time. What we've got here is a 500 watt second flash that someone might use in a studio. Very powerful, with a mega battery that it's attached to down here, and then some Pocket Wizards, Multimaxes to be specific, to synchronize everything together. And that's what we'll use to light this building up. Now, 45 minutes after sunrise, we're finally getting that blue sky that I really like. And you can see the problems that you encounter in a situation like this. Notice how the top half of the building up there is just like black. There's nothing on it. Yeah, we've got light down here in the sconces. We need to maintain the detail in the sconces. We need to maintain the detail on the inside. We want to keep the sky. How do we do it all? Well, that's what we're going to show you here in just one moment. We've taken one exposure here that shows basically what you're seeing right there. It has the whole blue sky on it. It has the building like that. Now we're going to light individual pieces of this building. When a photographer takes a picture, they are taking a three-dimensional object and they're smashing it onto a two-dimensional plane. And the only way that you can show what the shape of an object is through light and through shadow, or through correct lighting. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to go in and we're going to add light to this scene to bring out its dimension and then put those pictures back together again in the computer. But the first step is we've got to go through and we have to take the picture of this in multiple ways. Of course, that's the easy part. Hard part, and the difficult and time-consuming part, is putting it all together in the computer. We'll show you that next. Okay, here we are where the magic occurs, where we put all the pieces of this puzzle back together again. Now, we start off, I've already done the project. That's first of all, because otherwise it's to take like 30 minutes. And rather than bore you with all that, we're just going to show you the individual steps a couple times, and that way you can understand how I kind of put this together and what goes through my brain when I do this. Of course, it always helps to have a little good music in the background when you're editing. Thank you, Weather Report, for today's music. Now, this is our base image, which has our beautiful blue sky in it. We've got details in the sconce lighting. We have detail on the interior. We do not have anything good up here on the top of the building, and we do not have anything decent over here in the rest of the courtyard. Now, from the previous stuff you saw, we took a lot of different pictures on this particular scene, lighting it different ways, and it's all very intentional. This is one of the first pictures we took, and you'll notice that the aim of the light is very intentional so that we have a shadow on this side right here of the column so we can define its shape. Now that's what this looks like. We're going to change the mode so that it's a little bit easier to work with, and then let's get rid of the layer masks so that you can see exactly how this fits together, getting rid of things like me. Notice how all of a sudden now we're picking up this detail up here. Looks all good. We've got the shape of the building forming up right there. We took another picture, not too terribly far down the road. Basically, I just kind of moved down. Once again, it's intentional where this light is positioned. Okay? There's certain merge modes that work better than others, and that's what we've got there. Notice that I haven't applied the mask yet, and notice how we're starting to get blown out areas and some things like that. That's what the mask helps you control. And so we do that. We added some areas to the mask to contain the details in that, and that's what you end up with. And then I worked my way down the building, taking a picture of each segment of the building, something like this, until you get to the end of the building down here. And then I came in and I worked on pieces of the courtyard, individually taking each one and individually lighting each one, until you end up with a finished product that looks something like this. Now we've got great detail at the top of the building. We've got our pretty blue sky. We've got our courtyard. It's got nice definition of shape all the way through here. Straighten it up, and we're good to go. So in a nutshell, that's how I approach an outdoor exterior.